said, if I can make a man suck my dick, I can make people do anything for money. That's what you said, Puff.
You gave me the ooshkash koofwash. You gave me the ooshkash muaf, the shmooshmash, Diddy.
He said something to me one time, a long time ago, at Chris Lighty's wedding. He told me to take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say?
I didn't like this shit. Like, it wasn't like to me.
But first, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload from us. And with that being said, let's get straight into the video.
Hold on tight, folks, cause the Dogfather himself, Snoop Dogg, just spilled some juicy secrets about the one and only Diddy and his wild parties. Apparently, rappers are too scared to even step foot into these shindigs, and Snoop is about to reveal why. Get ready for a roller coaster of a ride as we uncover the truth behind these wild and crazy events that have the rap industry shaking in their boots.
Did Diddy just claim that mini vein range looking with that two niggas hugged up in a corner? Bring that back on the slow homo cam.
Now, we all know that Diddy's got more cash than we can count, and boy does he love to splurge on his extravagant and downright freaky parties. These shindigs cost millions and can have over 1,000 guests with strict dress codes. And while there's always an endless supply of drinks and substances, it's not just the excess that has rappers running for the hills. No, it's the downright bizarre and freaky things that go on at these parties that have people terrified. Rumor has it that Diddy likes to use these parties to act out his wildest sexual fantasies, and he doesn't give two hoots about keeping it a secret. Sure, the parties are super exclusive and fancy, but what's the cost of attending? The thought of being forced to partake in Diddy's sexual antics is enough to make anyone feel uneasy and uncomfortable. Diddy had a bodyguard named Gene Deal for a hot minute, and this dude was like Diddy's shadow. He went everywhere Diddy went. And even though Diddy was kinda coy about his sexuality in public, he didn't hold back around his trusty bodyguard. I mean, Gene was with him 24/7, so he was bound to know all of Diddy's business. Eventually, Gene got super close to Diddy, and they were practically BFFs. That might be why Diddy didn't feel the need to hide his biggest secret from Gene.
We was like friends. He was a part of the same gang, so I'm still gonna tease him. I'm still gonna mess with him and everything like that.
But here's the tea, folks. Gene ain't much of a secret keeper because now that he's not Diddy's bodyguard anymore, he's spilling all the juicy details about Diddy's darkest secrets. And it turns out, despite all the straight relationships and kids, Diddy likes to experiment with men. And one of these men is the up-and-coming rapper Ja Rule. It looks like Gene ain't the best at keeping secrets because now that he's no longer Diddy's bodyguard, he's ready to spill all the juicy details about Diddy's deepest and darkest secrets. And let me tell you, folks, it's a doozy. Despite all his past relationships with women and being a father to many children, Diddy likes to experiment with men. And get this, one of his flings was with the up-and-coming rapper Ja Rule.
And then Puff looked at Ja Rule, and he was like, and they went back in the room.
Together, they even retired to a hotel room for several hours of the night, and you guessed it, Gene was right outside the door to witness everything. At one point, Ja Rule's cousin even came knocking on the door to retrieve him, but Ja Rule was too preoccupied with Diddy to care. And it gets even wilder, folks. When Ja Rule and Diddy finally emerged from the hotel room, they were wearing nothing but towels, and Ja Rule's cousin was quick to call them out on their freaky behavior behind closed doors.
Come up in there. A lot of freaky stuff is going on. You gotta use your mind. What they was doing with those.
It looks like Diddy's preferences might not be what they seem. Despite his public persona as a ladies' man, it seems that Diddy is actually quite fond of men. Now, he doesn't exactly shout it from the rooftops, but he's not exactly shy about his preferences when he's at private parties and events. In fact, one famous gangster named Keith D, who had connections with Hollywood rappers and artists, found himself at one of Will Smith's elite private Hollywood parties. And guess who he spotted acting like a couple? That's right, Diddy and Tupac.
Puff and Tupac was like a couple, seemed like to me. It was just a lot of weird going on.
Pac and Puff was like this.
Even Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, confirmed that Diddy and Tupac were incredibly close when Pac was still alive. While they never officially admitted to being romantically involved, there were plenty of witnesses who could attest to the contrary. Despite his public persona as a straight womanizer, it turns out that Diddy is actually quite fond of men. In fact, he's been known to make advances on rappers who are decidedly not interested in his amorous intentions. Just ask 50 Cent.
He told me to take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You're gonna make me mess up the wedding.
The rapper turned actor once revealed in an interview that Diddy offered to take him shopping, a well-known euphemism for wanting to hook up. Needless to say, 50 Cent politely declined. but he still finds the whole incident hilarious. But that's not the only wild story about Diddy's romantic escapades. It's been rumored that he also had a sexual relationship with none other than Usher, and get this, they first met when Usher was just a kid. That's right, Usher was sent to live with Diddy at the tender age of 10, and the two apparently grew quite close over the years. In fact, Diddy once accidentally let slip in a video that he had woken up in bed with Usher. Yikes.
That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the...
It has been rumored that Usher's mother discovered an alleged affair between Diddy and her son and removed Usher from Diddy's care. Usher has stated that he would not send his own children to a similar environment.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to puffy camp?
Hell no.
Diddy has been reported to be attracted to black men and is open about his pursuits at parties and events. In one interview, he referred to the hosts as daddy in a suggestive manner.
Will you put my bag?
I like when you like this, daddy.
Will you put my bag?
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping.
He also posted a video on his public Instagram account in which he calls a shirtless black man daddy while they are both in a pool.
You doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work.
Diddy doesn't shy away from showing his seductive side with men in public, and he doesn't seem to mind if people find out that he's involved with them. There have been rumors that Diddy had a romantic relationship with Andre Harrell, the executive who helped launch Diddy's career in the music industry. At the time, Diddy was married, which makes this part of his history even more complicated. Diddy has always been vocal about his admiration and gratitude for Andre, who helped him become the successful businessman he is today. However, many people believe that their relationship went beyond just mentorship. Kim Porter, Diddy's wife, had suspicions about her husband's relationship with the executive. Her suspicions grew after she allegedly contracted an STD from Diddy.
Now, another thing that Kim was going to cover in her tell-all book was the fact that she was a victim of being a recipient of contracting a SVD during her relationship with Diddy.
Well, things turned out quickly again for Diddy when he met Clive Davis through Andre. While it may appear that Diddy's encounter with Clive was a simple and innocent meeting that propelled him to fame and fortune, the reality is far from what has been portrayed by Clive over the years. As it turns out, this was all just a facade for Clive to engage in sexual activities with men, and Diddy was not the only one he engaged with. According to reports, Clive Davis has been known to involve himself with emerging artists, offering them a promising future in the music industry. However, Diddy seems to have avoided being cast aside by Davis after their relationship, as Davis helped him set up his own record label, Bad Boy Records, and supported it financially for years. Rumors also circulate about the reason behind Kim Porter's murder. It is said that she possessed video footage of the illegal and unusual activities that take place at Diddy's parties. If these recordings were ever to be exposed, it could potentially bring down Diddy's entire empire. Some suggest that Diddy may have sacrificed Kim to protect his secrets. Few individuals have managed to escape unscathed from Diddy's wild parties, let alone share their experiences. Hollywood parties are often associated with drugs, alcohol, and sex, but even the seasoned partygoers are surprised by the extremity of the events hosted by Diddy. Despite the abundance of videos taken at his parties, very little information is ever leaked to the public. This raises questions about the possibility of something even more nefarious occurring behind the scenes. Fans, for their part, seem to believe that Diddy had to give sexual favors to Clive just so he can have a career and record label. One of them tweeted, "I also think Clive was a sex freak. Something is not right," and he mentored Diddy. Another added, "We've long known how these male rappers get down behind closed doors, so I wouldn't be surprised if something happened between Diddy and Ye Rule." That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.